It's a very good way to play it. Let's bring it to the share market. Let's bring an analogy to the share market. It's always easy to say that, oh, I should invest in blue chip kind of stocks. But the fact is, sometimes it's a bit hard to break in with your capital because we are small players. Oh, okay, thanks. So, no, sorry, that's the timing. So, yeah, sometimes it's a bit hard to break into the bigger kind of markets because you need more capital. So, we're just assuming that, it's easier for you to find the capital for a smaller investment than a larger one. So in that case, Kazakhstan might be your middle-sized, middle entry-level kind of economy. It's easier for you to break in. It's easier for you to establish yourself, as opposed to maybe China and Russia, which have a bit more difficulty in terms of infrastructure, and in terms of cost, capital input. You will have to bring in quite a bit more than if you wanted to bring into Kazakhstan. So that's one of the factors why we chose Kazakhstan for investment opportunities. Yeah. Thanks.
I have a side question. How long did you all rehearse? How many times do you guys rehearsed?
As in to memorize our script?
As in, no, how many times do you go through this?
We didn't actually come up
Quite countless.
About 5 times at least?
More
More than that? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it shows. It really shows. Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have a question?
Oh, you got one question?
Yeah. Others, currently how many companies are there already that have invested in the telecom sector? Because we know if there's too many, then they're not going to get much of the market share.
Yeah, there'll be saturation.
How many are actually established there already?
There's only so far there is the Microsoft, IBM, and Dell's, but because
No. She's asking about telecoms. How many companies are there? There's
how many
Kazakh
companies
Telecom.
in total?
Yeah, there's Kazakh
Okay,
Telecom.
for Kazakhstan they have Estel, Ducat, and Kazakh.
So 3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, you must remember that the telecommunication sector is made out of different layers. They are like landlines, broadband internet, dial-up, all these. So yes, for one level of the market may be saturated, the broadband portion of the telecom sector certainly is not.
So basically you're focusing on just the broadband sector rather than the landlines and cellular phones.
There are opportunities in more than just the broadband sector, but yes, the broadband sector is one of them.
Of note also is that the landlines penetration is actually under 20%, but we chose not to market it because the cell phone penetration is already 85%. So we feel that the people in Kazakhstan actually prefer handphones over landlines. So the biggest market now that's available to us would be the broadband market, internet market, whereby there's only 8.5% penetration.
Does that answer your question? Thanks.
One more question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
I think that this presentation was very good in the sense that I learned a lot more about Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
But before this, the only thing I heard about Kazakhstan was Borat from the movie, where people have sex with their sisters.
Yeah.
So in view of wanting to, there are a lot of opportunities for my company,
Yeah.
and I do want to invest, but how would this affect, the publicity of Kazakhstan is not as good, if people having sex with their sisters, not very good. So, what's the government doing to try to change this image, and how would this affect my investment opportunities?
But truthfully, I don't think anyone actually took the Borat movie seriously. It was obviously meant as a satire.
And Kazakhstan is actually improving their foreign relations so that other countries know the potential that Kazakhstan has, and they wouldn't, just take into account.
In addition, the government actually did issue a press release after the release of the Borat movie, and they actually said that Sarah, what's his name? Sacha Baron or whatever, Korean. That's his actual actor portraying the Borat character. They kind of denounced him and said that he's portraying a skewed view of Kazakhstan. But of course, he released his own press issue in an alternative media format where he actually agreed with them and said that they should sue that Jew. So yeah, I think that it's basically crossing up the media world of entertainment and actual politics. Not really, it's not a desirable mix. So in the end, the government decided to back out and leave it as just something in the entertainment sphere. So in terms of maybe bad publicity for Kazakhstan, you may find that's an issue, but ultimately you're providing services to Kazakhstanis. You're not providing services to people who are not from Kazakhstan. So obviously they'll know a bit more about their country. So as a result, it shouldn't affect your investments that much in terms of publicity.
Yeah, to add on to that also, the movie, though it portrays Kazakhstan in a bad light, it did put Kazakhstan under the world spotlight. So after this movie, people know about Kazakhstan, and of course if you do any more further research, you'll know that the movie is purely fictional. So yes, and it's also our job to share with you the investment opportunities in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and truth be told, if it weren't for a movie, we probably wouldn't be standing here today talking to you about Kazakhstan.
think the average person's idea of Kazakhstan was that it was just a member of one of the stans. So actually the movie helped, put it on the world stage instead, which is a good thing.
Okay, one more.
I just want to share an idea because you were talking all the time, most of the time about the education, but I don't know if you know, but like in Portugal and Spain and France and Italy, the maids are from countries like Kazakhstan, and the most problems, like my maid, she's a doctor from a country near.
Wow.
So you have like engineers, doctors, lawyers, economists, everybody's running out that kind of country and go work as maid for countries like Portugal and Spain. I don't know how it is in Poland, but yeah, we have a lot. And so I think your government should be worried about other things first, than be proud of 1 and 2 persons be educated because they are running out and they work as a maid.
Thanks, Mary. That's actually true in Singapore as well. Most of our maids are also doctors and lawyers trained in Philippines and Indonesia. Actually, the problem is that, like we said earlier, is that there's a brain drain population, meaning that they have the ability and the skill, but they just don't have the jobs. And that's why we're saying that you have to create these jobs and these people will stay. One of the reasons why these people don't have jobs is because there are no opportunities for them. And once you put in the opportunity, they will be able to work. There is some kind of barrier to leaving the country. It's not that easy to leave your country behind and go to another country to work or even study, as some of you may know. So actually, it's more preferable if they could find employment in their own kind of niche industries in their own home countries. So therefore, if you could provide telecommunications jobs for them in their own country, they would not really want to be a maid in a foreign country. Maybe, yes.
For a Singapore context, I don't think most of the maids are, many maids
Yes, not all, but many. Well, there are cases of it. I had a maid at one point in time who was a doctor. It was useful. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, right. Thank you. That's very good.